Came out for some quiet reading. This bird is driving me nuts. Hello, BookTube. Well, it's another day, as you can see. I'm wearing different clothes, and the bird is gone. I had some wood I'd knock on it. So anyway, it's nice, quiet, actually slightly cooler day, thank God, because it's been up in the 90s. I know all across the U.S. it's been like horrific weather. But I thought I'd go ahead and do a reading update and just talk about what I'm reading. And I was trying to find something that I was in the mood for. Now, I don't know if you're like me. Do you, well, I'm not even sure what I'm like, actually. I generally would read like horror books around the fall, when the mood kind of just feels right for that. The temperature drops, gray skies, things are dying, all the greenery is kind of gone, and it just feels the right time for something creepy. But for some reason, I'm in the mood for that now. Could that be because it's been so hot and I want to kind of feel like that when it's cooler out? I mean, do you guys read things that kind of current with the season? Like if you read like something that's set in the winter setting in the winter, or do you prefer to feel like, read something summery in the winter to kind of put you out of your misery of the cold weather? I'm just, comment down below. I'm just curious. Do you read like with the seasons or opposite to it? Like you're always craving something that you're, it's like a different season when you're reading, in the winter or something, whatever, I realize I'm just babbling at this point. Let's get on to what I'm reading. So anyway, I felt like something scary, and I picked up another Darcy Coates novel. Hello, plane. This is The Haunting of Ashburn House. This is going to be the fourth novel I've read by her, and to me, I feel like she's like the cozy writer of horror. Just something you could just dive into. They don't feel real heavy and everything, but it puts you instantly in the mood of a horror book or a ghost or paranormal kind of feeling. And quite often there are someone like moving into a haunted house, or in this case, our main character Adrienne inherits a house from her aunt Edith, who she's never really met. And a woman of very contradictory personalities. She's been described as being very unfriendly to the small town that she lived on the outskirts of. When she'd come into town, she wouldn't really talk to anybody. And yet, she's left this house to a niece she's never even met, and even fixed up a room, left her a note saying, I've prepared this room for you and everything, and decorated it. And she just seems a very contradictory kind of person. But Adrienne's very kind of down on her luck. She has very few possessions other than her cat and a suitcase and a laptop, and she's very grateful to have a place to move into. But this house, Ashburn House, has a bit of a reputation with the townsfolk. Everyone's always been curious about it. It's kind of like the Radley house in To Kill a Mockingbird. Kids would dare each other to see how close they could get up to the house, maybe like slap the porch or something like that. And that's happened at her house. And now weird things are happening since she's moved in. Power suddenly going out as if someone like turned off all the breakers, and she fixed them back on again, and they would go off again. Just a lot of weird things, and even things that left in the house, notes kind of scratched on tables and walls from her aunt. Just a very, very creepy kind of place. And like I said, I just felt really in the mood for that. And this is just ticking all the boxes of what I love in a horror. I don't like gruesomeness so much. I just like to get that chill and make the hair stand up on the back of your neck. So I'm about halfway through right now and really enjoying it. So if you haven't picked up a Darcy Coates book before, definitely recommend you try it out. And another one, which may be surprising everybody, if you follow my channel, this particular book has been on my TBR for years because it scared me to even pick it up because of the format of the book. And I felt it would be too complicated. It is a little bit, but I've just finally taken the plunge and gone into it. It's probably not best reading these two at the same time because they're both about a haunted house. But this is House of Leaves by Mark Z. Danielewski. And like I said, this has got the weirdest kind of format where there's some pages with very few words on it, and some things where you almost have to, here, this page alone will give you a clue. Lots of footnotes, and you've got to kind of follow along. I've read that much so far, page 98, but I've also read this back part here because it told me to go back and read these letters, and yeah, it's crazy. I'm hoping I'll be able to get through it because I had another challenging book once before that I tried reading and kind of just got about halfway through and I just got too lost. So anyway, I've finally taken the plunge in reading this, and it's very strange. It's about, well, I think I'm going to read a little bit more before I even talk about it, but you can Google it, you can look on Goodreads and find out all about it. But I've got they call the full color version. If you look on the copyright page, it shows the various versions of it, and then mine is this one here. So it has the word house in blue, and certain passages are struck out and in red, which makes it kind of interesting. But yeah, I've finally taken the plunge and started reading that. So audiobook wise, I don't have a picture to show you, but I'm on the second book in by John Scalzi. It's The Collapsing Empire. I guess that's the series of what it's called. I wasn't too thrilled with the first one, but it ended kind of interestingly enough that made me want to kind of continue it. Still a bit confusing with this particular book. I'm enjoying the narration of it by Will Wheaton. He does a really great job of narrating Scalzi's books, but this particular series has been a little bit of a mix with me. I don't know. It's about this empire of various worlds, and they're connected kind of like these wormhole type things, and they're starting to collapse, hence the collapsing empire. And all these worlds will be cut off, and there's lots of political maneuvering and things going on, and but some of the names of the characters and the names of the ships are just like really annoying to me. Like he's just gone overboard with the weirdness of it. I do like some of the sarcastic wit with it, which you get a lot with John Scalzi's books. But I'm struggling a little bit with it. We'll see how I go after volume 2 on whether I'm going to finish out the trilogy or not. But if you guys have encountered this particular series, just curious, or if you've read anything by John Scalzi, let me know. Yeah, that's about it. What are you guys reading? Are you reading something hot and summery, a beach read, or are you craving the fall like I am? So let me know down below, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.